All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is episode 29 of the Last One Fast One podcast. It's good to be back in the swimming world for me. I went to an MMA cage fight last night, 9 rounds, and I'm never going back. That was terrifying. But the swimming world, we're here with two great guests, Ilya Kharun and Thomas Heilman. These guys have broken a ton of records, but most recently the Canadian record for Ilya and Thomas with Phelps's national age group record. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so you guys both kind of tied for fourth. You tied for fourth, 200 fly. Kind of talk to me a little bit about the experience in Japan. So, like, first off, just what do you guys think of Japan?
Japan was a great time. I visited a few locations. There was like this house like on the water, which is pretty cool. Um and I also saw I also saw like a zoo, which is pretty
Nice.
fun. Yeah. Yeah, like the 200 fly race was definitely a fun experience for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like I second that. Just being able to race the fastest guys in the world and be able to compete at the highest level is always a lot of fun. And then just being able to see Japan, a different environment, a different city than I'm kind of used to, and just seeing like different type of architecture and all that was really cool.
For sure. Was it the first time in Japan for both of you guys?
Yeah.
Is there
Yeah.
anything that really surprised you about the culture of Japan or that you thought was unique or interesting?
What I thought was like everyone was like extremely polite. Everyone
hmm
was like really, really nice and
Yeah.
how organized everything was.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and there was like there was like there was so many like crowds of people too. Like
Yeah.
it was really, really cool.
Cool.
Yeah. Everything was just really clean.
Really? Nice.
Yeah.
That's dope. How does it kind of the experience for you differ from I know you guys have competed internationally at like a junior level. What's it kind of how's it different? Or is it the same, similar? Like tell me your thoughts on that.
Well, when I went to Australia for the short course worlds, uh I mean Australia was just like a little bit different, just how like people talked and stuff, but it was almost like the same thing with like the bus routes and stuff and like the people who were competing. It was almost the same thing except like Japan was like I feel like a little bit better though.
There you go.
Yeah. I think for me, it was my first senior trip. So um, just it was my first time kind of being around the top guys in the world. So in that sense, it was a little bit different. But overall, I mean, it was a meet, and had a team around me that supported everyone and had a lot of fun. So um, it was kind of similar to the junior trips in that sense.
Yeah, for sure. How kind of going into the meet, both of you guys are young guys. Thomas, you're 16, right?
Yeah.
And Ilya 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how in like the world of swimming right now is just kind of blowing up. I mean, Ilya, you swim for the Sandpipers. If anyone's in the swimming world, they know the Sandpipers. And Thomas, I mean, you got Phelps talking about you. How do you like keep like a level head of all the pressure and everything? Yeah, how do you like stay focused when like if you Google your name, you can just flood pages full of both of you.
Well, to be honest, I I kind of just don't really like read about myself or something like that, or like during competitions, I don't really try to pay attention to social media.
Yeah,
And yeah, I just always just try to focus on like what I'm doing, and that's how like I just like try to. And also like my teammates in Canada were also like a great distraction, you know. I always had fun with them. I didn't really have to think about swimming. But yeah, like I always just focus in on my races and stuff.
for sure. Yeah.
I think similar to what he just said, like when you're on Team USA, it's you got 50 people around you who are all in the same boat as you.
Yeah,
So it's easy to take something off your shoulders and really rely on the people around you. And then on a smaller level, just having great friends and family back home make it easy to take your mind off swimming.
for sure. Thomas, what is your relationship with Phelps like? Like, does he like you guys message back and forth? Or is it just like you saw him in Fukuoka? Like, yeah, talk to a little bit about that.
Yeah, I got to meet him early on in the meet. And that's kind of been it. I think he may have posted something about me on Instagram one time, but
Yeah,
that's kind of it.
gotcha.
But
So,
it was really cool to be able to meet him.
yeah, Ilya, you get to see Phelps too up there?
No, I didn't get a chance. I just talked with Leon a lot, and
There you
that's
go.
yeah.
That's that's in its own right pretty dang cool. Um, so let's talk a little bit. We'll focus kind of on the 200 fly on this podcast. Let's talk about the 200 fly. We'll just kind of run it through prelims, semis, finals. And I told Ilya before the podcast, I got the video pulled up of finals. So I don't know if you've seen like Caleb Dressel's like breakdown videos he used to do. I'll pull it up and have you guys kind of just take me through the race. But before we get that, Thomas, just kind of tell us about prelims, 200 fly.
Yeah. So I guess going into it, I talked to Carson a little bit about it, and he's a little obviously more experienced than I am at these kinds of meets, and he gave me some good advice, and I think that kind of helped me get through prelims, just kind of conserving a little bit of energy and only really doing what I need to do to put myself in a good position to make semis and be kind of in the middle of the pool. And so I think I executed that well. Kind of just did what I needed to do to make it through.
For sure. Ilya?
Yeah, I was basically the same thing. All I had to do was I literally just relaxed the entire two fly for like the prelims, and I really just only wanted to make it because I knew semis and finals was like the most important one.
For sure. I did read something on Swim Swim. It said, let's see. I don't know where they got this source from. You can confirm if it's true or not. They said his future NCAA coach, Bob Bowman, wasn't happy with him for the prelims.
Yeah, that was that was true. Bob was pretty because he was like he because like he thought I wouldn't make it with that like really relaxed swim.
Right.
But yeah, I knew Bob wasn't happy, but so I wanted to, you know, prove him wrong on semis and finals.
What'd you end up placing through prelims?
I think it was like 13th or something like that.
Gotcha. Thomas, were you like eighth?
Yeah, I was like seventh, eighth,
Seventh?
or something like
Gotcha.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you guys had much experience with semifinals before kind of going in this meet?
That was my first time.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd you
Yeah.
think? Are you like a proponent of like yes? Because like there's kind of like a debate going on in the swimming world that I've kind of been following up on. It's like yes, we should keep semis, or no, just prelims finals. What do you guys think?
I think
I feel like, oh, you want to
no,
go?
you got it. You got it.
Okay. I think that prelims, semis, and finals is a good it's a good way to demonstrate a swimmer's strength, like mentality and as well as physically, how like tired they're gonna be and how ready they're gonna be for finals.
Yeah,
Yeah, just having prelims and finals, it's like, all right, you don't do like you go like a nice pace at prelims and then finals you just go like all out.
right.
There's two thoughts about it. There's two sides, but I like the semis and finals idea.
Thomas?
Yeah, I think it's a different mindset and something you kind of just gotta get used to. Just because like typically in the United States, especially, it's like you swim your event and after that day, it's over. Compared to like with semis, you got a whole nother day to think about the same event. And especially if you're in that final, like it's the most important race and it's going to be the fastest heat you've had. So, kind of just like being able to mentally stay in it. So I thought it was an interesting experience. I don't know if it was necessarily better than not having semis, but like Ilya said, it just kind of makes you demonstrate having your physical ability and being able to pace yourself and get through the first 2 rounds before swimming the final.
For sure. It would be interesting if they got rid of semifinals, because then Phelps would probably be like, really? Like in '08, I had to swim like 20 sometimes, but swimming now it's just swim like quarter or half as much. But yeah. So no, go ahead, Thomas.
I think just like kind of just probably depends on who you ask. Like
for sure, yeah.
For people like Leon or Carson who are swimming 3-4 different races, like I think they'd probably say they'd rather not have the semis, but yeah.
I mean, you had a couple swim offs too, didn't you? One swim off.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I was swim off for the 100 fly.
How was that? Just you and the other guy in the pool, just
going
at it.
We were having fun, but I got out touched.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's just how it goes sometimes.
For sure. All right, so semifinals 200 fly. Talk about that one, then we'll go to the video board.
Semifinals was where like, all right, it's it's kind of game time. It's like game time before like actual finals.
There you go.
Because like semis you would have to get top 8. That was a really fun race. I knew I had to do really well. I was in lane 1. My plan was just like to keep up with the guys at the very beginning, and then just try to finish strong and like finish in that top 3 for sure.
Yeah. Was Bob pleased with your semis performance this time?
Yeah, he was.
Sweet.
I think kind of the same for me. I just wanted to kind of get in that top 2-3 range of my heat.
Yeah.
Especially being I was in the first semi, so didn't have the heat before to kind of base my swim off of. And then during the race, I had Noe Ponte next to me, and he took it out really, really fast. I was actually scared I was going to get dusted, but I kind of came back on him and the rest of the field and was able to sneak into the top 3. And actually, with my time, I thought I was going to be able to place a little bit higher going into finals, but only got seventh. So like I think 4 people in the second semi ended up beating me. So again, good enough to just make it through to the next round. So, and that's what's really important.
Yeah. How do you kind of gauge your effort level in the semifinals versus like a prelim, or like, I mean, I'm a guy that I've never done semifinals or any big meet. So, and I was one of those guys that had to go all out in prelims to even have a shot at doing anything. So talk a little bit about that.
I think I'm not going to speak for Ilya on this, but I'm kind of, since it was my first Worlds, and obviously I didn't think I was like a favorite to make the final by multiple seconds. I almost thought of it as like a final, and just basically kind of trying to go all out. And I ended up being like right on my best time ever. So I guess that kind of shows like how my thought process going into it.
For sure.
Yeah, that was a bit like almost like the same thing, because like if you slow down kind of anywhere, or like if you just take it too easy, there's kind of like no chance of making it. But yeah, if like semis is where like you just have to like go very good speed, strong, keep it going, basically try to beat your best time and to make it in.
There you go. Sweet. All right, so I got the swim here for the finals. Let's see if I can do screen share here. All right. You guys see that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try to do full screen. It might not work. We'll see what happens here. Oh no, it's working. That's dope. This might not make the internet, because I did this with Garrett Weber Gale and then I got copyright striked. So fingers crossed here. It might just be a black screen of you guys talking about the race, but we'll give it a shot here. All right. All right, so what's kind of going through your mind just like walking up to the blocks, Thomas?
I was actually like really calm going up during the ready room and then
Yeah.
walking out. I almost got more nervous for the semi. I think I was kind of just in the mindset of like kind of whatever happens happens, and I just wanted to race and kind of get the experience.
Yeah. Ilya?
Yeah, I was just walking up to the blocks. I was just like in the zone. I knew what I needed to do, and kind of I kind of worked for it, you know. So like I
Yeah.
really wanted to do good.
What you guys listen to music or anything, ready room or
No, I don't.
No, I would,
nothing?
but yeah, I would, but like they kind of like tape up the headphones, so I'm like I'm just not gonna do it.
What do you mean they tape up the headphones?
Well, like to not show the brand of the headphones.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Interesting. That's
Yeah.
crazy. What's the energy like in the arena? Was it bumping? Was it crazy or was it like how's it compared to other meets, Thomas?
They were pretty loud. It was they were just doing they're like clapping a lot. Um, and then like walking out, they had some music going, and some dudes were playing the drums, which was pretty
Nice.
cool.
That's rad.
Um, so I was like kind of all you heard was just like the pounding of the drums combined with like the clapping.
Yeah, Ilya?
Yeah, that was yeah. That's that's how it was. It's just a lot of just clapping and stuff. But the guys like inside of the thing didn't really talk. They were just like in their own head, you know.
In the ready room.
Mm.
Gotcha. Okay, well I'm gonna finally play this. So both of you just kind of do your thing. You guys just go back and forth, take me through the race.
There's the dive.
Yeah, I guess just kind of getting out the first 15, 25. I really thought I needed to take it out pretty fast given I had Carson and Leon in the middle who usually go out faster than me. So
Yeah, I kind of I was kind of just relaxing the whole race. The first three laps for sure, being last on like mostly every wall. But to be honest, during the race, I actually thought I was with them, but that's just that wasn't the case. But yeah, I was kind of just chilling with them.
Yeah.
say also I could kind of see Honda next to me pretty much the entire first like 150, and I knew coming in his best time was like 152 something. So I actually thought we were gonna be like probably like going gold and silver, just because I couldn't really see anyone else, and I was like, if he's on his best time right now, I'm probably gonna be going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, as well. Yeah, I also saw Honda like right there, but I had a feeling he was. I feel like he would have slowed down. But yeah, I also saw Carson on like on my left. And I was like, all right, okay. I was like, all right, this is where I got to catch up, you know, on the third lap.
Right. So you guys seeing off this wall here, you guys seeing your competitors here pretty good?
Yeah,
So I could only really see Honda.
Okay. Yeah,
yeah,
what's it
I could see
tech
Leon up ahead.
okay, yeah, for sure. Like technically, like what do you think of like your swimming, kind of looking back and probably seen the footage before. Did you notice anything that you liked, didn't thought maybe for improvement on your stroke? Either of you?
I think my breakouts could have been a little bit better. And then the finish going into the finish, I was like ever so slightly long.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think yeah, my finish was a bit long as well. But like my swimming, I feel like definitely just it should have been just a lot quicker. You know, I was holding back too much. I definitely could have been out quicker.
Gotcha. So Thomas, what'd you think of the time? I mean, PR for you, right?
Yeah. I think I dropped like point 0.7
Wow.
from the finals, which is really exciting. It was actually kind of interesting because I was actually like out the first 100 the same time as I was at nationals, and it actually felt like I was going so much harder because I was like thought I was going to need to get out to keep up. So
Right.
coming home like 7/10 faster after feeling like I sprinted the first 100 was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting how that kind of works sometimes, where just doesn't really go go how you're feeling. But yeah, no, the time was great.
That's right. Ilya, thoughts on that time for you?
Definitely really good. 153. I'll take that time. It was definitely it was a really fun race. Definitely a lot to work on, but a lot to like I took a lot from that race to learn.
For sure. So like the world junior record was like you guys were like close to that, right?
Point oh
Yeah,
three. Yeah.
103.
Yeah. Is that something you guys kind of had on your mind beforehand or like yeah.
I knew about it. Yeah. I thought we got it at first, but I was like, oh wait, no, we were a little bit off of it.
Mm,
So I didn't know the exact time, but I knew if I wanted to be in contention for a medal, I was probably gonna have to be somewhere around it. So once I actually touched her fourth, I was like, wasn't I saw 153 and I was like, oh, maybe I got it, but yeah,
yeah,
like I said, I just wasn't quite sure.
for sure. So Thomas, you got a gold medal from the meet, didn't you?
Yeah, because I swam prelims on the 4 medley,
That's sweet.
um, and then the guys ended up winning at night. So yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. All right, we'll stop this share. Thanks guys for doing that. I'm glad that I was having all these problems with it before. I was like, dang, it's gonna work, but looks like it worked. Okay, so just kind of wrapping up, just briefly, what do you guys think of your other swims? I know that Thomas on the relay and your 100 fly, and then Ilya on your 100 fly as well.
I had actually like the 50 and the 100.
Oh yeah,
Uh
that's right.
yeah, the first 2 days of the meet was really fun, prelims and semis for the 50 fly. It was like a good like warm up, like how the crowd was going to be and how like how's like the f feeling of the water and stuff. Yeah, I really loved it. Yeah, my 100 fly, the final race was was really good. I really wanted to get into finals for that. Fortunately, like barely missed it by point oh 0.04. But it was definitely just a lot of good experiences, for working for Paris. But yeah, it was really a lot to get from.
Yeah,
Um, I think the 100 it was kind of fortunate I didn't even make it out of the prelims, but it was like one of my best prelim swims I've ever had. Um, and then getting to do the swim off, I think was valuable. Kind of just learning how to manage that and moving through that, such as it would be like swimming 2 events in a day. And then the relay on the last morning was just a lot of fun doing it with the 3 other guys, and wasn't a lot of pressure. So we kind of just went out there and knew we didn't have to be perfect to make it back in the finals. So we were just having fun, kept everything light, and swam well. So
for sure. When did you guys get back?
I flew
Like
back like the
5 days
day.
ago.
Yeah. Are you guys back in the water taking a break? What's up now?
I'm taking a little bit of a break, but like once like a day, once every other day, I'd get a light swim in.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm just taking a couple weeks off from kind of everything swimming, but still doing like I just enjoy playing sports. So like played tennis yesterday and been
Sweet.
shooting hoops a couple times. So still staying active.
Cool. Cool. All right, and just kind of a couple rapid fire questions that we ask all of our guests. Well, I say we, my friend Luke is now like in the military, so he hasn't like been on the podcast for a while. But favorite meat snack? What's like the best thing you're snacking on at a meat, Thomas?
Just granola bars in general.
Okay.
Mine was like these waffle bars, like kind of they're
Like
called stingers.
stingers? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Sweet.
I would always eat those because they would be really good.
Solid. Favorite pool you ever swam at?
Oof. Uh,
Probably probably the the world's pool. That was really fun.
yeah, I'd probably say Irvine. Um, yeah.
Gotcha. If you could swim with anyone, dead or alive, so I was telling guests like you can do laps with Abe Lincoln, you can do laps with Michael Phelps. It doesn't matter who you're swimming with, who you picking.
Caleb Dressel.
All right.
I'd probably say either Dressel or Phelps.
Okay. Cool, cool. Um, Coolest person you guys have swam with.
Probably lay.
Oh, Hubie, the 200 backstroker who won.
He's at Arizona State, isn't he?
Yeah,
So you're gonna swim with him a lot more.
yeah.
Nice, nice. Thomas,
Probably lay on in
Leon,
the
yeah.
200, and then swim against him in Westmont.
Cool, cool, cool. And then our final question is just or not question, words of wisdom. What words of wisdom would you give to, maybe a swimmer or just anyone? One piece of advice. Doesn't have to relate to swimming. It can if you want. Yeah. Thomas?
Um, I guess just be consistent. Um, whether that's showing up to practice, working hard, doing well in school, whatever it is.
Gotcha.
Um, to never back down, never give up, and to keep doing good in school.
There we go. I like it. All right. That is episode 29 of the Last One Fast One podcast. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Yeah,
Yep.
thank you.
Thank you.